We're here in Banff. It's the 34th annual Banff Mountain Film Festival. It's the biggest film festival of this genre in the whole world. Now, what makes it the biggest? What makes it the best? We're going to find out. We're going to go check behind the scenes, so we'll let you know. We're very fortunate today to be sitting with Peter Mortimer, one of the best climbing producers and film directors in the genre right now. He's from Boulder, Colorado. He's here in Banff. Welcome to Banff.
Thanks.
So this is kind of a home away from home for you now.
Yeah, a little bit. I've been here, I think this is probably my 6th festival, maybe.
Right.
So it's great.
And this year, you got a kind of a new project going. It's kind of a project from another project, your First Ascent series.
Yeah, so yeah, we started about a couple years ago. We started selling our films to National Geographic International, just as one-offs, like as one-hour documentaries. And we actually worked with this kind of wacky producer, agent, production company in Los Angeles. And we were sitting there in this guy's office in Beverly Hills, and he was like, I got a great idea for a TV series. And what about making this movie First Ascent, which he was a big fan of, into a series? And we were like, that's actually a great idea. So we kind of took the ball and ran with it from there, and we put together a proposal, and we sent it over to National Geographic International. And a couple of the people, the executives from National Geographic who had been at Banff and seen King Lines here, and they'd seen First Ascent here, really championed the series. So a lot of it sort of came about because of just all the networking and the energy that was happening here at Banff.
Yesterday you were involved in a panel discussion here at the Banff Film Festival about soloing,
yeah,
which is one of the big topics of one of your First Ascent films here, Alone on the Wall, with Alex Honnold.
Yeah.
So the discussion was based around kind of the ethics or the reasons why people do this. As a filmmaker, what's your take on people doing big wall solos while you're there on the wall filming them? Yeah,
well, it's interesting. Just first of all, my take on people doing big wall solos, any kind of solo, I just think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. And I've been climbing for 20 years, and I've never, soloed any, I'll go up like a 5/4, the first flat iron or whatever. But even when I was like a kid, this guy Derek Hersey, I don't know if you know him, he was this like kind of famous British climber who lived in Colorado, and we'd go out to El Dorado Canyon, he'd be up there dangling from the cliffs and like, hey, punters, yelling down, and he would solo, thousands of feet of 511 like every day. I mean, he was just out there, like he'd be running up the naked edge to like get over his hangover type thing. And I was just like, that guy is the coolest, he's so comfortable and he's so calm. And to me, that's the ultimate, like that's what's amazing about climbing. Like, I'm kind of like a jock, like I like the athletic side, but I'm not as into it as the mental side. And it's the thing, and maybe it's just like, I don't have that mental game. Like I get scared all the time. And so I'm so amazed by these people. And so as a filmmaker, I want to share that. I want to show that.
Many people who say it's irresponsible to be showing this out to the masses. What do you say to that?
I think it's a load of shit. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's crap. I mean, it's like, you're taking one of the most inspiring, amazing things that like humans are doing, right? As far as just like endeavors. I mean, there's great scientific breakthroughs and stuff, but just as far as like sort of physical mind endeavor. And then to be like, don't show it, but let's like show another like shoot up film. I mean, it's just like, it's so unbelievable to me that people say that. It's history. It's like someone I was just at the National Geographic thing, and Pete Athens said, does it stand the 100-year test? And it's like Alex Honnold, of anything I've ever been involved with, Alex Honnold soloing Moonlight Buttress and Halftime, that stands the 100-year test. That's like monumental right there. And Alex wanted to have it. And, so we're up there with him, and he's calling the shots. He's, basically saying, here's what I'm going to solo, here's when I want to do it, you can be in this area or whatever. Like, it's very controlled and very safe. And although it is like sickening because it's just, the exposure is so massive, I'm so trusting of him, and that he's doing it for the right reason, that it doesn't feel to me like there's a chance that something could happen. But one thing I want to say about it, and I actually wanted to say this at the panel discussion yesterday, is like, this thing where Patagonia, someone mentioned that Patagonia won't show soloists in their catalog. And then I was like, but like the best Patagonia ad I've seen recently is the shot of Colin Haley on Cerro Torre, and he's up there, and it's shot from his Blair, and there's this huge, like 6-ton detached block with like chunks of ice behind it, and he's just like decked out in Patagonia, and he's just, oh, he's a super badass alpinist. Like, it's so inspiring. The dude could die at any second. When you go up on Cerro Torre, people die in the mountains the way they don't die soloing. I mean, like Backer, sure, he died in this like freak thing or whatever, but like people die in the mountains, like, but no one talks about like, oh, is it irresponsible to show, to showcase like some badass, like Reinhold Messner doing these things because people are going to repeat that. It's like, you can be the best climber in the world and that you can't control. You have to assume, like, if you're going to say, I want to go in the mountains where there's 100% safety, you will get 0. You can't go. There's always an objective hazard risk.
And it's why we go to the mountains in the first place, isn't it?
That's why people go there, and no one will talk about that. And then you see these people soloing, they're doing routes like Moonlight Buttress and Half Dome, the stuff Peter Croft does. Thousands of people have climbed this stuff. It's almost a controlled setting as much as it can be. There's not going to be like some block is going to come flying off and hit you in the head. I mean, there's like a minuscule chance of that, but it's so interesting because it's human control. Like, if there's an error, if something happens soloing, it's because you failed as a human.
And then, like the panda was saying, there's a greater chance that you're going to get killed on the way to the crag driving than you are actually being there. So it's kind of a non-issue for a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Let's get back to your films a little bit here.
Okay.
And
I had to get that out of my chest.
No, and we were here to help you feel better, and we want
this is
you to.
Awesome.
We're here at the Banff Film Festival. It's a support group for filmmakers here that need to get contentious issues off their chest.
It was something that I really wanted to say. I wish I had said it yesterday because there's an opportunity. We're talking about soloing, and it's just like that. Yeah, the whole thing with Patagonia saying that is really infuriating to me.